Memorial Day marks the unofficial start to summer, and with summer comes more vacations and overall spending more money. A recent survey from Bankrate found nearly 70% of Americans are changing their summer vacation plans due to inflation. Joining us live this morning with tips on relieving some of the inflation headaches you may be having, we have Dan Simon. He's a personal finance expert with Daniel A. White and Associates. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm excited to talk to you about this because we don't want to cancel vacation. So let's start with planning. How do you suggest we still get those in and maybe alter our summer budgets?
Yeah, absolutely. No one wants to cancel the summer vacation, but inflation's real and it's impacting everybody. So, 4 tips that we really recommend for our client base and, those we talk to is, number one, certainly set financial expectations. Whether you're traveling alone or if you're traveling in a group, don't be shy about setting expectations as to, what you can, financially afford this summer, whether it's an actual stay somewhere, distance traveling, or even, out and about with meals. So I think it's important to be open and have the discussions about that. Second off, be flexible. When we think about vacations, whether it's an actual holiday weekend like this weekend, Memorial Day, where things may tend to be a little bit more expensive, maybe it makes sense to try to do something midweek where cost of things might be a little bit cheaper. And then, from a credit standpoint, maybe avoid taking the credit card with you. People tend to spend money a little bit unnecessary if they're putting it on the card as opposed to using cash. Easy to do that in the moment. Okay. Yeah, so, maybe set a cash budget and bring cash with you. It also helps with, preventing identity theft and those type of situations. And, last but not least, it's certainly nothing or something that no one really would like to consider, but, consider potentially postponing until next year. Maybe your financial state's not where it needs to be. You can't afford the trip this summer. So, maybe it's save up and have a bigger, better trip next year when you can truly enjoy it. Maybe not have to skimp because things have gotten a little bit more expensive over the last year or so. Yeah, because the last thing you want to do is give yourself more financial issues because you try to do too much. Since we are looking at this and it doesn't seem to have any relief in sight, can you give us some other just like overall top financial ways to save and some good advice right now? Because people are struggling. Yeah, set a budget. I mean, that's first and foremost, set a budget. Think about things that you're spending money on that maybe you don't necessarily need. Maybe, it's not doing the DoorDash every other night or, the Netflix. Maybe if you don't need it, if you're not using it, cut the expenses there. But certainly set a budget. Have a goal in mind as to kind of how much money you want to be able to put aside after the paycheck. So, that you can certainly plan for, whether it's vacations or, more importantly, from a lot of people, it's saving, getting prepared for retirement for the people that we're sitting down and working with. Exactly. And are you finding, are people having to cut back any of the savings to try to make some of the expenses? I think so. Yeah. I still don't see it. I mean, traffic, I drove down to the Jersey Shore this weekend. Traffic's the same as it always is. The beaches are packed. People are out and about. So I guess some people are cutting back, some people aren't. But I think with where we are, coming out of the pandemic, people still want to be able to get out and do what they want to do now and enjoy their lives. And a lot of people that I've seen, over the last couple of years have been able to stock away a lot of cash because they weren't able to do the vacations the last couple of years, weren't able to do things that they wanted to do. So I think people still are getting out and enjoying themselves. All right. Dan Simon, thank you so much for your time this morning. My pleasure. Thanks for having us.